Hi everyone! Thank you for inviting Cleveland Public Library to be a part of your parent meeting today. My name is Maria and I will be covering 3 topics with you. Those topics are tips and tricks for early literacy skills, programs that the library offers for our younger learners, and book suggestions for promoting cultural awareness. First up is our tips and tricks for early literacy skills. Now, when we say early literacy skills, we mean the skills that will help a child learn to read when they are ready to learn to read. For example, letter recognition or knowing the way to hold a book and which way text is read on the page. To develop these skills, we focus on what are known as the 5 literacy practices, which are talking, writing, reading, playing, and singing. Talking helps a child learn their language, whether it be one or multiple. So if you're bilingual, it is recommended to speak in both languages. It's a way for them to learn vocabulary and make connections between what they see and what they hear. When children are ready to start learning to read, they can better recognize a word if they have heard it before. Now, if you're asking yourself, what do we talk about? It can be about anything. For example, if you're making them a sandwich, you can narrate what you are making. So if you're making them a grilled cheese, you can say, we start with 2 pieces of bread, we put the cheese in the middle, and so on. It can also be storytelling, so you can make up stories or silly phrases. On to writing. Writing and reading go hand in hand. It doesn't necessarily mean writing out words. It can be drawing or scribbling. Whether they're drawing or scribbling, these things help children learn that words on a paper have meaning and they can connect the meaning to what is spoken. So, what can you do to focus on writing? You can spray shaving cream on a plate and let the child trace the letters. It might get a little messy, so alternatively, you can also use Cheerios to have them form the letters. You can also have them trace letters in the sand, or if you have Play-Doh, working with Play-Doh in their hands is a great way to help them develop that fine motor skills and hand-eye coordination. So in general, writing will help children develop these skills. Reading. It helps them develop their vocabulary and comprehension skills. It can also help them be introduced to words they wouldn't hear in normal conversations. And for young children, we generally recommend board books. They're a little sturdier, so they're tougher if they want to hold on to them and toss them about and get the feel of a book. But picture books are also recommended as well. They have great illustrations to get them talking about what they see. The next one is playing. Playing is one of the main ways that children express themselves and learn about the world. They can express what they hear and see. So for example, a child can imagine that they are a scientist building a rocket, or perhaps an explorer going on an adventure, or a zookeeper tending to the animals that day. Maybe it includes their dog, their cat. It's just a way for them to interact with the world, reflect what they see and hear. Singing also helps children develop their vocabulary. It's a fun way for them to learn new words because a song involves rhythm and rhyme versus regular talking, which helps them to remember the words. So, for example, some songs that you can sing include the Itsy Bitsy Spider and Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Those have good rhyme and repetition. If you don't know the words, you can look them up on YouTube. There's tons of videos with them available. It might be something that the children enjoy. So next, we're going to talk about programs and services available for our younger learners. Through the Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, all children in the state of Ohio ages birth to 4.5 are eligible to receive a free book each month that's delivered to their home. Families can enroll online by visiting www.ohioimaginationlibrary.org/enroll, or they can also enroll in person at any Cleveland Public Library. Paper forms are available and staff can help you send those in. We also offer what's called our Young Scholars Academy. It's a free program to prepare your child for kindergarten and build support for their first year of school. That can be registered through online at our website at cpl.org under the Kids and Teens tab. We also offer what is called an early literacy calendar. An early literacy calendar is provided at all the branches and the main library. Each day, it highlights an early literacy skill, such as the ones we talked about, for example, talking, writing, reading, playing, or singing, and it offers an example of what you can do with your child to focus on that practice. For example, something they can do for writing is, what letter does the word frog begin with? Practice writing that letter and draw a picture of a frog. We also offer early literacy kits. These can be checked out with a library card. They have great resources within them to help your child develop those skills. So, for example, this is an All Ready for Preschool kit, which includes numbers, counting, alphabet skills, color, shapes, and more. And then this one is a toddler time readiness kits, which includes alphabet picture, counting numbers, farm animals, choral, paintings, and colors. So these are available to be checked out. We also offer story time. You can go online on our website under the Kids and Teens tab. There's also Dial a Story. So if you aren't able to access a smartphone or a laptop to get online, children and their caregivers can call to hear a recording of classic children's stories, a joke, or poetry. So to call and listen, just dial 216-777-6500. We do also offer story time at local branches and the main library. For more information on the specific dates and times, please contact your local library. We also offer meal service in partnership with the Greater Cleveland Food Bank. So Cleveland Public Library will provide meals to children 18 and under. They're currently grab-and-go meals, but if you have any more questions about that, please feel free to call your local library or online at our website. And now finally, we're moving on to our book suggestions for promoting cultural awareness. The first book I have for you today is called Curls by Ruth Foreman. It's a board book, as we talked about, so smaller and thicker, good for our younger learners. It's a nice book because it has few words, enough to build vocabulary, but also focuses on loving yourself, including one of your features, which is hair. The next book is called Federico and All His Families by Millie Hernandez. Now this is a very cute book because it features a cat who visits all his different families. So it talks about family units, different all shapes and all sizes, all different appearances. This is called Woke Baby. It's written by Mahogany Brown. As the title suggests, you have a baby that's waking up early. They're raising their fist in the air and crying out for justice. This is a baby who's ready, but it also features things that you would talk about a baby for. So their toes, their hands. It's a nice book to talk about with your child about cultural awareness. This one is called I Want to Be a Teacher by Richard Merritt. Now this one doesn't mention culture necessarily directly. One of the reasons I enjoy this one is because it's about a young brown boy who is talking about his goal or dream to be a teacher. And throughout the book, he just says how happy he is to be a teacher and what he plans to do, like helping his students and really empowering them. And it ends with asking the question, do you want to be a teacher too? And there's a mirror. So I like the idea that a child can see themselves in this book, but also it's a good opportunity because there's a mirror to ask questions about, what do you look like? What are your hopes and dreams? What do you see? I think that was a fun one because while not directly involved, it is involving cultural awareness. The next board book is called Little Elephants or Elefantitos by Susie Jaramillo. And this is a bilingual Lick the Flat book. So this is also an interactive book, which is good for kids because not only do they get the feel of the book, and they get to read it along with you, but they can also interact a little bit more with it because they can lift flaps. So it makes them interact with the book a little bit more, get them more involved with the text and the pictures that they see. It's a bilingual book, which helps with language development. One side is read in English and the other side is read in Spanish. And it's also a nursery rhyme, which helps with the early literacy practice of singing and talking as well. Now for a picture book, this one is called I'm Hungry or Tengo Hambre. It's written by Angela Dominguez. This one, I believe, promotes cultural awareness because it is written in two languages, English and Spanish. It's a cute little story about a dinosaur who's hungry and the bird is trying to help them find their snack. So one side is read in English and the other side is read in Spanish. Not too much text, just simple words and phrases that you can practice to build vocabulary in two languages. This picture book is called We Are Family by Patricia Hegarly. This is a very nice picture book because much like that board book that talks about different family units, it has different illustrations about different family units, which might be good to talk about, not one family looks the same. We're all built differently and we all may live differently too with different family units. The next picture book is called The Day You Begin, written by Jacqueline Woodson. This is a beautifully illustrated book. The illustrator is Rafael Lopez, about a young girl and also other students who have trouble finding their place at first, but then they learn to speak up and share their experiences, which leads to people understanding each other a little more and finding friends in each other. This picture book is called Some Days, written by Julie A. Stam. This is a little bit of a different book because it talks about living with a parent who has a chronic illness, specifically MS. So I thought that was good because it also falls along the line of different families, illnesses, and long-term illnesses exist. So I think it's a good one to talk about. We have this book called Just Help. It's written by Sonia Sotomayor. Now this picture book has a little bit more text in it. I think an older child would do well with the amount of text. But what I love about this book are the illustrations and the meaning behind it. So just as the title implies, Just Help, in the book it talks about different ways that a child can help, whether it be donating toys that they might not play with anymore and are in good condition, volunteering for an event, helping an elderly neighbor. The illustrations feature different children of different colors, skin tones, so it really emphasizes diversity, but not necessarily focusing in on it just as an everyday part of your life. Our next board book is called Sonrisas for Baby. It's written by Jen Arena. There's a little boy who is just sharing his smiles throughout the book with different friends. And it's a cute little book because it'll translate some English and words. So for example, it'll teach you how to say smiles and umbrellas. And it's just a nice book because one side of it can be read in English and one side can be read in Spanish. But also you can talk about how smiles can be a universal feature and how when you smile, you can generate positive feelings in people. On the back, it also will help you with vocabulary building. There's a nice illustration with the word both in English and in Spanish. Our Skin, it's written by Megan Madison, Jessica Raleigh, and Isabel Roxas. It's a little thicker. There's more text in this, but I thought it was a good book if you really want to begin the conversation about skin tones and being yourself and loving yourself no matter the color of your skin, but also treating everybody with respect and kindness. And that's it for our book suggestions for today. Thank you so much for having Cleveland Public Library here as your presenter, and we hope everybody has a great day. Take care.